Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Richardson and I'm the WCPW review guy, and I just gotta say I'm disappointed. There was two former champions I would have loved to have seen in the championship rumble at No Regrets. Two of them. Both of them former Iron Man DDT or DDT Iron Man champions. I'm talking about Jack the Jobber and Trash Can. Well, I've seen both of them. Maybe together. Maybe they come out together. I don't know. It would have been great. Anyway, this is the unofficial WCPW Top 10, where I rank the top 10s and 5s of the tag division, women's division, and singles division. Okay, so now, for anybody who ever asks, because I had someone ask me a long time ago, no one asked me this time around, but I'll just go ahead and refresh everybody's memory. You know, we didn't have WCPW for like 2 weeks, so just assume everybody carries over, because if no one wrestles, it remains the same. So everybody carried, you know, last week, or last time I did the video, well, imagine that from last week, so there you go. So this week, we got, there's no changes in the women's division. Tag division changed a little bit because Drago and Karis wrestled, but the singles division I should talk about. So at this point we already know that Drew Galloway is NXT. He's already wrestled in NXT, so it's no surprise he's already there. And so I had a decision: do I keep him in here for like one more week, or do I just go ahead and cut him out? Like, he's already lost the title, and I feel like, you know what, we gotta move on. We gotta move on. So I decided, you know what, we're taking Galloway off the list. So there you go. Thank you, Galloway. I'll tell you right now, I never thought I'd say this, I think he's probably my favorite WCPW champion thus far. Connors was initially, but then now that Galloway had a good solid run, he was taking the title with him, defending on the road. I gotta say, I think he's probably my favorite champion right now. So yeah, thank you, Drew Galloway. Seriously, your run here in WCPW was great. So boom. But like, whenever we lose anybody on the WCPW roster, we move on. So that's what we're doing today. So Galloway is off the top 10, which means that there's a spot open. Who's going to take that spot? And not just that, but once I pulled him out, like, it shifted all the shit. So everybody got kind of, you know, even the ones who like didn't even compete got kind of tossed up and moved around. So it's pretty impressive. So we're going to see what the top 10 looks like now. So let's get into it, guys. We're going to do the top 10 tag teams real quick. I'll breeze through most of these because, once again, the only tag team that was affected was one, or more, but that one was the reason. At number 10, for a third week in a row, we got El Ligero and Gabriel Kidd. Number 9, for a third week in a row, Lou King Sharp and Fight Kid. Sorry, Kid Fight. At number 8, they were 7 last week. They dropped the spot. Matt Riddle and Liam Slater. At number 7, of course, losing this past week on the pre-show at No Regrets, we're talking about Drago and El Hijo Didos Caras. They dropped 2 spots. So yeah, you lose a match on pre-show, it can affect you big time. At number 6, they went up 2 spots. We're talking about the Prestige, and we're talking about the Hendry Coffee combination. So number 5, it's Bad Bones and Drake, up a spot from last week. At number 4, for a third week in a row, Prospect. At number 3, third week in a row, the other 2 members of the Prestige, Travis Banks and Joe Coffey. Or sorry, Travis Banks and BT Gunn. At number 2, wait, was it Banks and Coffey? Yeah, Banks and Coffey, and then Gunn and Hendry. Sorry, I got my own shit confused right there. So number 3, it's BT Gunn and Joe Coffey. At number 2, for a 7th week in a row, Moss and Slater. Which I will say right now, I mean, Moss returned. Moss returned recently, but unless they team up shortly, their 90 days are coming to a close. I think maybe toward the end of the next month, but it's getting close. I know I wrote it down in the calendar, so unless Moss and Slater quickly do a match, their 90 days are running out. And number 1, for a 7th week in a row, they are the current WCPW Tag Team Champions, the Swords of Essex. So moving on now to the women's division, I'll just breeze through this because nobody, and I will say, for Brandy Rhodes and Viper, I put them in the male singles division. They're actually joining Evil Lisa over there right now, since they were involved in intergender. I decided, you know what, Viper was competing for the title. Viper was competing for the WCPW Championship. That's all there is to it. If she would have won, she would have been our champion. So that, she's on the male. So once again, the women's division was not affected this week. So quickly going through it, at number 5 for a 3rd week in a row, Lana Austin. Number 4 for a 3rd week in a row, Little Miss Sunshine. At number 3 for a 7th week in a row, Nixon Newell. Number 2, 7th week in a row, Viper. And number 1, going for 14 weeks. That's insane. She is the WCPW Women's Champion, Bea Priestley. Lack of women's matches at No Regrets too. I was kind of disappointed about that, but it is what it is. There was a woman's presence there, so I guess it works. So still, one is a match in the division. Anyway, so going on now to the singles competitors. At number 10, he's back on the list. Thanks to this is our own little superstar shakeup right here. Thanks to Galloway moving, it really shifted around a lot of people. A lot of people who hasn't wrestled even, they got kind of bumped around. So at number 10, back on the list, he's been gone for a little bit. Talk about Zack Sabre Jr. At number 9, going on a month here in this spot, he was in the Rumble, did pretty good as far as like going there and kicking some ass, but he eventually lost. I'm talking about Primate. At number 8, also there for about a month at number 8. He pulled double duty and he lost both times. Talking about El Ligero, losing to Rey Mysterio and the Rumble, but managed to hang on to the spot. So at number 7, now here's the interesting one. People may be questioning, like, well, how'd this guy bump up if he didn't even wrestle? But right now he's currently undefeated. He's the current, or at least he was when last time I checked, the current Ring of Honor World Champion. And yeah, he's got points and doing everything else good here, and it's working for him. At number 7, up 3 spots from last week, Christopher Daniels. Christopher Daniels. I really hope he makes more appearances, because I don't want him to be like the Fat Ligero of the list where he just kind of hangs on there and doesn't wrestle. At number 6, up a spot from last week, even though he pulled double duty and lost, he's the former WCPW Internet Champion, losing his title to Gabriel Kidd in a match that also featured Hendry, and of course losing the Rumble. Talking about Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. At number 5, up a spot from last week, Will Ospreay. At number 4, up a spot. I thought he'd go higher with his huge win. He is the new He's the new WCPW champion. Won the Rumble from the number 2 spot, Martin Kirby. Martin Kirby. At number 3, going on a month straight. He was in the Rumble, did not last long. Like, he made an impact, I won't deny that, but he didn't last as long as I would have liked to have seen him in there. Talk about Rampage. Talking about Rampage. At number 2, also going on a month straight, and also he made an impact in the Rumble, but he didn't last long. Talk about Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey. And that means number 1, pulled double duty, lost both times, and of course he's been on top of the mountain now for about 5 weeks. Crazy. Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry. So there you have it. Of course, he lost his shot at the Internet title and the WCPW Championship. So, but there you guys have it. There is the weekly rankings right there. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Either way, let me know in the comment section down below. Guys, this Friday should be the Mexican qualifier. I think that's what they said. So if that's the case, Saturday I'll be having another video. So that's the Mexican qualifier. So that's all I got, guys. Thank you for watching. Share and subscribe if you haven't already. Show this video that thumb and love. And yeah, go ahead and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Got crazy shit going on there all the time. And that's all I got, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.